The Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts 1 have many different aspects to them. They all have their own personal use and have independent designs. This ranking will be based on 3 things: accessibility, when do you get it and how long is it useful; strength, how strong is it when you get it and how powerful is it overall; and design, how majestic and story driven is the Keyblade. So let's get started with the worst Keyblade on this list. Lady Luck is obtained after gaining the ability to use the White Trinity in Wonderland. This Keyblade gives you 2 more MP and enhances magic and summon power, but only has a strength of 7. The problem with this Keyblade isn't that it's bad, but that you get it so late. Once you obtain this Keyblade, the next bosses are Maleficent and then Ansem Riku, but in the same time you can obtain stronger Keyblades. The only boss this could be seen as useful for is the Phantom, but again, that is if you don't get the Diamond Dust beforehand. The design is okay at best. If it wasn't so blocky and thick, it might stand a better chance of being a good Keyblade. However, it doesn't. So this is where this blade ranks, right at the very bottom. You obtain the Metal Chocobo after beating Cloud in the Hercules Cup. It's a long-reaching Keyblade that reduces your MP by 1 and has a strength of 9. However, it essentially never deals critical blows. It has extremely consistent damage, but that's only useful if you don't finish combos. The only way this Keyblade can be useful is if you lose to Hercules, but after beating Cloud, I very much doubt anyone would. If this Keyblade was given in a cup before the Hercules Cup, it may have been useful with its long reach. However, with the Keyblade you get at the end of this cup, it literally has 0 use. The design of this Keyblade is very bland and doesn't really make you feel like you are using a Buster Sword, which is what I believe they were going for with the Metal Chocobo. You obtain Fairy Harp after completing Neverland. Fairy Harp is a short Keyblade with 8 strength, raises your MP by 1, and thankfully deals critical blows. It's a decent looking Keyblade till you realise how short it actually is. You'll be at a distance where you feel you should hit the enemy, then nope, they're too far away. The Fairy Harp is best used for taking on Riku the first time before the Hercules Cup to gain other Keyblades, but I do find myself ditching it and using the Pumpkinhead instead, purely due to reach. The design is pretty decent, I must admit. The Keyblade resembling a harp perfectly encapsulates Tinkerbell, including how short it is. It's just a shame this Keyblade sucks due to its range. You obtain 3 wishes from Aladdin after sealing Agrabah's keyhole. It's an average length Keyblade with 6 damage and is difficult to deflect, making attack spamming easy. This Keyblade is very good for when you get it, but its short length lets it down a bit. You use this against the 2 Parasite Cage fights, which requires a lot of deflection to easily beat. However, the Jungle Key still puts up a fight for a spot against this boss due to its reach. The Keyblade looking like a lamp is a good design choice, but it's pretty bland and average, so it's an okay design, not anything special. You obtain the Wishing Star from Geppetto's house in Travis Town after completing Monstro. It has short reach with 5 strength, but always finishes with a critical blow. You'll only get this Keyblade if you know how to get it though, before Atlantica or Halloween Town. It's the perfect Keyblade to face the second encounter with Ursula, as those critical hits will help you in this fight. The design of this Keyblade is very poor. It's meant to make you think of Pinocchio, however it just looks like random junk put together. I see where they were going with this, but really, it's not a good looking Keyblade. You obtain the Crabclaw after completing Atlantica. Crabclaw has normal reach, raises your MP by 1, and has a strength of 6. You'll likely go to Halloween Town with this blade and fight Oogie Boogie, which isn't too bad considering the type of fight it is. That extra MP is definitely needed. The design of this Keyblade is good, fits the world you obtain it from, and has a bubble effect with your strikes, which really makes you think back to Ariel. It's a shame this Keyblade isn't a little bit more useful. You obtain Spellbinder from Merlin after gaining all first level spells, normally the same time you finish Monstro. It's a normal length Keyblade with 4 strength and raises your MP by 2. Gaining this Keyblade before Ursula can make or break your battle with her. Due to the nature of the fight, MP is the most important aspect to get through that unscathed. It is an extremely strong Keyblade for the stage you receive it. Only problem is most people would miss this on their first playthrough. Its design is average, fits the Merlin aesthetic, and the little book adds to that even more, but it is simply way too bland. Decent Keyblade for one fight, after that, it's semi-unusable. Diamond Dust is obtained by beating the Ice Titan in Olympus Coliseum. This Keyblade gives you 3 extra MP and 3 strength. You get this Keyblade really for one fight, and that fight is Phantom. The extra MP and magic damage makes Stop last longer, and decreases the amount of MP required to take down the boss. Its design is pretty cool, looks like an icicle, and the jagged blade makes you feel like it is as weak as it physically looks. Its design fits its use and how it's designed to be used, and really makes you think about the challenging boss called Ice Titan. The Kingdom Key is obtained when Riku is swallowed by darkness on Destiny Island. It gives you 3 strength and is the true form of what Sora's Keyblade is supposed to look like. It is by far the weakest Keyblade, however it does the perfect amount of damage for the bosses up to obtaining the next Keyblade. Its design may be basic, but is iconic. A Keyblade that looks like a key with the crown and the head is also a nice touch. You obtain this Keyblade after beating Leon and Claire in the Hades Cup. It is a long blade that raises MP by 1 and has a strength of 10. You can only obtain this Keyblade after sealing the final keyhole in Hollow Bastion. This makes this Keyblade hard to really find a place. It rivals the Oathkeeper and Oblivion, but doesn't quite shine in any specific area. It's a Keyblade you would only really use due to its design. The blade having the lion at the head and the chain is so epic. It's one colour, but really feels like you were connected to Squall when you were using it. It's a shame you didn't get this blade sooner, or have any specific boss it's good for. Great Keyblade, but no good for when you receive it. You obtained Oathkeeper from Kari at Traverse Town after beating Ansem Riku. It's a short Keyblade which raises your MP by 1, has 9 strength, and is capable of dealing a string of critical blows. This Keyblade is incredibly powerful with the critical blows, however its range is a massive problem. You'll miss hits that seem to hit but simply don't, which does not help considering the bosses you face after this are very good at keeping their distance. Its design is flawless, encapsulating your connection with Kairi, thin, small and magic based. The Palpo fruit on the chain is epic, really driving the intertwined destiny these two have. Olympia is obtained after beating Hercules in the Hercules Cup. Olympia is a short Keyblade that is difficult to deflect and capable of inflicting mighty critical blows with a strength of 10. You receive this Keyblade at the perfect time just before fighting Ansem Riku and Maleficent. Riku's fight requires deflection, and Olympia fits the role perfectly, allowing attack spam without worrying about being disrupted mid-combo. Its design is not terrible, but not great. It's so big and blocky, but does give it the Olympus Coliseum feel, but outside of its strength, it's not very desirable. You obtain the Jungle King from Tarzan after locking the keyhole in Deep Jungle. It has long reach, 5 strength, and deals critical blows. However, it can be easily deflected. You obtain this Keyblade at the perfect time, as all the bosses from here are further away and difficult to get close to, especially when chasing Iago around in the Jafar genie fight. Its strength may be weak, but at this point of the game, it gives you just enough damage to be useful, and the range making everything more sustainable. Its design fits Deep Jungle perfectly. The wood-made blade, and unlike many Keyblades, still looks like a key. It's a good Keyblade, but after you unlock a new one, it's anything but good. Ultima Weapon is obtained through the Moogles in Traverse Town, after synthesizing almost every single item. It takes around 8 to 12 hours to obtain. It's the longest Keyblade, raising your MP by 2, and has a strength of 14. You really use this Keyblade for the secret bosses, and is one of the best Keyblades for each fight. Like the Lionheart though, it's an all-rounder, so it can be replaced by different Keyblades depending on the situation. Its design, however, is awesome. The Destiny blade from the tutorial mixed with the gold and green trims, and the hearts on the head, tilt, and the keychain makes this blade by far the best designed. Amazing Keyblade that suffers from the need to grind. Pumpkinhead is obtained from Jack Skellington after sealing the keyhole in Halloween Town. Pumpkinhead is a long Keyblade with the ability to deal a string of critical blows and 7 strength. You'll most likely use this Keyblade in Neverland, perfect for fighting Captain Hook and Anti-Sora. Pumpkinhead can also be really effective in the Hercules Cup to get the Olympia. Its design is majestic, black with good highlights, Jack Skellington's face on the handle, and the bat in the head are brilliant design choices, making you feel like you are still in Halloween Town. You obtain OneWinged Angel after beating Sephiroth. It's a long-reaching Keyblade with 8 strength and deals extremely powerful critical blows. It also reduces your MP by 2. OneWinged Angel is a competitor for the Ultima Weapon in strength and is much easier to obtain. However, the fight needed to obtain this Keyblade is extremely difficult. Its critical hits make the damage over time the highest out of all the Keyblades, making it the physically strongest. But the loss of 2 MP can feel like a massive hit. Its design is awesome. The flaming blade and handle with the wing on the chain, plus its battle effects. The flame flows with each swing of the Keyblade. This is an amazing Keyblade. Its design, ability, and accessibility rank it 3rd on this list. You obtain Divine Rose from Belle after reconciling her and Beast. Divine Rose is a short Keyblade that deals critical blows and is difficult to deflect, while holding a strength of 13. This Keyblade is so easy to access and is extremely powerful that you could do all the final bosses with this Keyblade alone. Its only drawback is its length, which can be really noticeable at times. But unlike the Oathkeeper, what you see is what you get. You won't feel like you are missing hits that look as if they are hitting. Its design is perfect for Beast, the rose being a massive part of his story, and the colours really complement each other. If Divine Rose was just a bit longer, it might have ranked it first, but like the length of the Keyblade, it comes out a little short. You obtain Oblivion on a ledge in a chest overlooking where you fought Ansem Riku. It's a long-reaching Keyblade that possesses colossal power, but reduces MP by 1, with a strength of 11. You get this essentially at the end of the game, and was the final Keyblade outside of the Ultima Weapon you obtain in the original version of the game. It's a perfect Keyblade to fight all the final bosses. Good range, damage, and sustainability. Its design resembles the connection between Riku and Sora, black with dark crowns on the head and the chain. It's a perfect combination of story, design, and ability. Using this Keyblade makes you feel connected to Riku and feel Sora's emotions. It's a Keyblade that immerses you into Kingdom Hearts. Because of all this Keyblade is ranked as number 1, the best Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 1.